Hey guys, welcome to my playthrough of Out of the Park Baseball 20's the New York Yankees. If you're a Yankees fan, you've been following them during the offseason, you know what the acquisition has been, the trades have been, but if not, I'll take you through a quick look at it. The biggest criticism the entire offseason is that we weren't going after starting pitching. We remedied that slightly with the acquisition of James Paxton from the Mariners. We also re-signed J.A. Happ. But other than that, our rotation's a little shaky. We signed Gio Gonzalez to a minor league deal, but yeah, I mean, that's Domingo Germán and Gio Gonzalez at the bottom of any rotation isn't great. Our bullpen, however, is pretty good. Chapman, Britton, Green, Canley, Espinal, Holder, and Ottavino. This guy, Reynald Espinal, I'd never heard of before this game. This spot is supposed to be going to Luis Cessa in real life. However, the game bases it off of solely ratings rather than other factors. Since Cessa was in spring training camp and he doesn't have any more options, he kind of has to stay on the team. But it didn't take a factor. This game didn't factor that in since it didn't sim spring training for this year. So this guy's probably going to stay for a while, just see how he does. We also have Dylan Betances on the injured list, so he's going to come back and fill out a spot in this rotation. So even though our pitching's a little shaky, our lineup's pretty damn good. You guys probably know it, but if not, catching's Gary Sanchez. First base is Luke Voigt. Second base is DJ LeMahieu. Third base is Miguel Andujar. Shortstop is Gleyber Torres. Left field is Clint Frazier. Center field is Brett Gardner. Right field is Aaron Judge. And DH is Giancarlo Stanton. So I changed up the depth chart just a little bit, as well as the lineup as to what the game starts out with. I made the infield more of a revolving door so that Tulowitzki can get more reps, and people are moving around a little more. So Torres slots over to second, LeMahieu to third, and Andujar to DH, Stanton to left field, etc. Mike Tauchman is on the roster. He was traded for a day before the season started, and Tyler Wade was sent down. I don't like Tauchman being in the starting lineup, which he was on some of this. He's good as a utility backup outfielder for now until Hicks comes back, but I took him out of the starting lineup because he was in there instead of Gardner, which didn't make too much sense for me. Prospect-wise, we're a little thin. Our best prospect is Esteban Florial. He's not going to be called up this year, even if there is injury. I'm going to send Tauchman back down to AAA once Hicks comes back, and then he's going to come back up if there is injury. Albert Abreu is our best starting pitching prospect, or the closest one to making the team, but like I said, he's probably not going to, like I said for Florial, he's probably not going to make the team. Loaizaga isn't much better than Abreu. However, he's probably going to get a couple starts this year just because of injury. And then the rest of these guys, well, there is some promising guys, like recent draft picks, such as Anthony Siegler. Juan Fen was an international amateur. A couple of these other guys, these guys aren't going to make an impact this season. If you see, they're all still in rookie ball or low A. If we look at our AAA lineup, the only guys that might get called up are Mike Ford if there's injuries to first base, and Kyle Higashioka. He's the third catcher right now. He got his ratings boosted a little bit compared to last year's game, which is good. Makes it so I have a little bit of a better option for my third catcher, because inevitably Sanchez or Romine is going to get hurt, and we're going to need somebody to come up and fill that void. So if we go ahead and take a look at the injured list, it's looking pretty bad. The worst injuries on here, or the most impactful for the team in the negative way, is definitely got to be Severino. He's our ace. He's going to make that starting rotation significantly better. He's out for another 6 to 7 weeks. Didi Gregorius, who's our starting shortstop typically, is out for 3 more months. He had Tommy John after last year. We filled the void a little bit with DJ and Tulo, but I still want Gregorius back because he's a 4-star shortstop and he always performs really well. The other major injury on here is Hicks, Aaron Hicks. He's our starting center fielder typically. He usually has a crazy high on-base percentage. You can see 366 and 372 the last 2 seasons, which is pretty good. There's kind of a running joke, but also a little bit serious that he's the best center, or the second best center fielder in the American League to Mike Trout. Part of that's due to the lack of talent there, but he's also pretty solid. Ellsbury, this is a guy who would like to just kind of keep getting injured in the game, obviously not in real life, but when he comes back, it means I have to put him somewhere, and I have less flexibility in this game than they would in real life. So he's probably going to end up getting released unless there's some injury and we're doing terrible, but that's stuff we don't wish upon our team. CC Sabathia, he's got 4 more weeks and 5 days of suspension. He's going to fill out the 5th starter role, so that'll be good once you get these 2 back. Sevi and Sabathia, we'll have a full rotation. So for this year, I'm really aiming to win it all or get very close. If we don't win it all, I'm going to be a little disappointed. And if we don't win it all this offseason, any free agents I'm probably going to snatch up just to try to get a win out of this team. And then we'll see how long we play, but this team is going to inevitably have a downfall in the next few years after a lot of these guys finish their arbitration and end up having to get big contracts. Gregorius is a free agent after this year. Judge has a few more years left. Glaber has a lot more time, and Duhar as well. But there's a lot of guys that are about to, get very pricey or go to the free agent market. And as you can see, we don't have a lot of prospects in here. So we're going to be trying to dump a lot of money into the draft, as well as getting some prospects where we can, so that we can keep replenishing our farm system, because right now it's stretched very, very thin. So thank you guys very much for watching this first episode of the series. Come back for the next episode, and we'll get right into this season.